Hey, what's up everyone? This is DCSG 81 and today we are going to take a look at this comparison for these two Spider-Mans from Far From Home. This is the one from Marvel Legends and this is the one from s.h.figuarts. Okay, so I have actually reviewed both of them in a separate videos, which you can see on the upper right corner. So now it's time to compare them head to head. So let's take a look. We'll go through the overall look first, as well as their sculptures, their builds and things like that. So let's take a look. Okay, so if you remember from my previous review for the Marvel Legends, I mentioned that he's way too glossy, as you can see right now. And for the s.h.figuarts, you can see that although the light still shine off from his body, but he's looking a little bit of the matte material, so it's not as shiny as this one. This one actually, the glossiness actually makes him looks like some sort of like a cheap plastic. Although when you touch it, it doesn't feel cheap, but still doesn't look right to be glossy. He's not the Iron Spider. Okay, and the things that I mentioned next is they are not painting the webbings on the suit, and you can see how well it looks when the webbings are painted. Okay, so again, this makes it look like some sort of cheap toys, which is worse because I do have one. This is not bootleg. This is actually my son's toy. It's a very basic figure of Spider-Man. It actually looks just like this guy. I mean, come on, this is a Marvel Legend. I think this costs double of this price. So they are making it looking very similar. The least they could do is actually painted the webbings, then it will make it look very much better, I believe. So, and oh my god, if I don't have this figure, maybe I can overlook it, but now I have this to compare with. It looks just like this guy here, so this is very bad. And when compared to s.h.figuarts, it really doesn't help much. Okay, and also I did mention about the suit, which looks to have some sort of like a design, but when you touch it, it's nothing. It's just smooth feeling, unlike the s.h.figuarts one. You can actually feel it, the details of the suit. So it looks, I mean, it feels very how do I call it, details that you can, it's not just a printed over design and then they just painted it flat. Okay, even this one again, I'm mentioning it again, that this one actually, you can actually feel this one. So this is something like the s.h.figuarts level of details, and this Marvel Legend actually lost to a children toy. Okay, so this is bad. Okay, so without any doubts, okay, sorry, so it's all about the I mean, I'm done with the bad things. So what is the good things of this one compared to the s.h.figuarts is I felt that the head is actually better than the s.h.figuarts. You can see somehow the head is sort of more, it gives me the Spider-Man feels. Actually looks a lot better, the shapes of the head, and also the build of the body. I think this is actually built rather well. You can see it's more like a well proportionate, and this one is it does have the hourglass look. Okay, it looks like a lady in the, like a girl in the suit. Okay, this one actually looks a little better. Okay, yep. Okay, so that's about it. Other than that, the paint and the glossiness and the level of details is really lose a big part to this s.h.figuarts. So I think yep, s.h.figuarts does look better. So next thing is about the articulations. So I believe you guys should have known my answer by now. s.h.figuarts is actually well known for their good articulation as well as their joints. So he can actually pose a lot of good poses, and this guy, I've been playing with him just now. He really can't do any good poses at all. Yep, I'm sorry to say that, because he's pretty rigid. The only good poses that he can do is actually swinging in the air. I believe you should be able to see that in my pictures for this guy review at the end of the video. He can swing pretty well. I must give that to him, especially the swinging pose like this. And he can actually hold the webbings that comes from this guy. He doesn't come with any webbing. I'll go through that in the accessories later. He can do this pose pretty well, okay, even for the kicking pose. Yeah, he can do that pretty well. And other than that, on the ground, he can't do a squat, you know, the famous Spider-Man squat when with both hands on the floor. Yep, he can't do that. And this Spider-Man, of course, he can. I've done it in his review. Okay, so both of them. So this one also have the butterfly joint, so that's why I thought he can actually do that, but no, he can't. Okay, something like this pose. But this guy here, he can't really do that. Okay, I've tried a lot of times, and nope, he just can't do that. Okay, so yep, and he can't also do any wall crawling pose because he doesn't come with any wall crawling hands. The only hands that it comes with, it is two. So yep, again, articulation, I believe of course he lost to the s.h.figuarts. Okay, so the next one is the accessories. I don't even have to go through that because this guy here, as I mentioned just now, he only comes with a pair of open fist hand, something like this, for him to hold on to something, and it's proven pretty useful for him to hold on to the webbings during the swinging pose. So I think this hand is okay, but I mean, since it doesn't come with any webbing as accessory, so it's pretty useless to give him that hands. Unless you have the s.h.figuarts Spider-Man, then you will have extra webbings for him. Other than that, he comes with a web shooting hand, which is good, but he doesn't come with any wall crawling hand, which is bad. Okay, so but this Spider-Man, he comes with tons of hands. He comes with 3 pairs of webbings. One is for swinging, one is for shorter one is for web shooting, and another longer one is also for web shooting. So this one comes with tons more of things as compared to the Marvel Legend, and Marvel Legend doesn't even give an unmasked head, which is pretty disappointing. Because if he will have given a unmasked head, then maybe he will have some added points, but no, just come with a pair of hands. And this s.h.figuarts do come with 3 sets of eyes that you can change for his Spider-Man eyes. Yep, so of course it's very clear that the s.h.figuarts win for the round of accessories again. Okay, so the next one is about the issues with the figures. Let's go through the s.h.figuarts one first. The s.h.figuarts one do have some paint issues, which I mentioned in the review as well. There are some webbings that are not painted, especially on the shoulder, the hidden butterfly joint, and also some people I can see on the pictures, they have some black paint smudges on the feet. And also any more? Yeah, just that two that I remember. So it's mostly paint issue. So far I've not seen anyone breaks anything for this s.h.figuarts one. As for the Marvel Legends, there are also some paint issues, which is earlier on when I was choosing him, I seen some with the very bad painted eyes, whereby the black paint actually goes to the white areas. Yeah, so it's pretty normal for Marvel Legend to have some bad paints, especially the eyes. If it's a human face, sometimes they have crazy eyes, especially with the 80th anniversaries Captain America. Yeah, I've seen too many of them. Another issue of the Marvel Legend, although it hasn't happened on mine yet, is the joint tends to get loose over time. This is pretty normal for Marvel Legends. So it hasn't happened yet. So I'm just pointing out that it might happen. So both of them do have their very own issues, although the s.h.figuarts one tends to be on the painting for the Marvel Legend as well. But for the loose joint so far, I don't think it happens on s.h.figuarts yet. Okay, so yep, so these two do have their own issues, and in this case I think there's no one wins. Actually, they have their own issues. Okay, so for the final one is about the price point. We all know that the Marvel Legend is more affordable, and it probably costs half the price for s.h.figuarts, maybe even 1/3 of a price for s.h.figuarts. So is this a good buy or is this a bad buy? I can't tell, because of course with more I mean, if you pay more for something, you will get a better quality, of course. Yep, so this is the case for the Spider-Man. If you want a better quality, of course you have to pay more for the s.h.figuarts. Was it worth it? I think it is for now. Because this is looking very good. I think we are all waiting for the Mayfax to actually announce their own, and let's see how that topples this Spider-Man. As for the if you have a limited budget, is this a good buy? I will probably say no, because it's really a very basic figure, and to me it doesn't really looks the sculpt is good unless you are a good customizer. You can repaint the webbings, then I think this will be a okay kind of buy. It's not truly recommended because he really doesn't come with much, and even the articulations, previously when I was doing the review, I thought he should have a he should be good in posing, but after I play around with it, he can't really pose very good in some of the Spider-Man poses, except if you want to have him swinging in the air, then I think he can do fine. Other than that, yeah, I wouldn't recommend this. Yep. So in other words, yep, he's cheaper, but if you can spend a little bit more, I would recommend you get the s.h.figuarts one. Okay, so this will be a bonus part of this video. I'm actually trying to do a a head swapping for these two guys. Of course, you can if you have seen the review for him, I already done the head swapping for him with the Maniples Tom Holland head, which is this one here. Okay, so let's see if it fits on the Marvel Legends. I believe many of you would want to know that. Okay, so I think it looks pretty good though, with even with the Marvel Legends. I'll bring it close up. Okay, so if you guys just don't want to spend so much on this and you just need a body for this head, I think the Marvel Legends, yep, it goes pretty well with this Maniple Flashback Studio head. Okay, and I know you want to have a look. Sorry that I only have one. I can't just let you take a look at both at the same time. So this is how the s.h.figuarts one looks like. It looks good as well, there's no doubt. Okay, but with the Marvel Legend, it also looks quite good. It doesn't have the improportionate head and body issue. I think it looks quite okay, except the neck is slightly long, but I think you can push it down further. Yep, it's okay. Yep, so this is it. Okay, so my last verdict for these two guys, I mean the result of the comparison, I think you would know that basically the s.h.figuarts wins in almost every aspect of it. Yeah, so there's no way that the Marvel Legends is better than the s.h.figuarts. Yep, of course you can disagree with me because this is my opinions, and yeah, if you are agreeing with me, of course I'm glad that you agree with me. So yep, so guys, if you really want a good Spider-Man, this is not one of it. Yeah, that's my opinions. So if you can spend more, then you get this one. If you want to wait for Mayfax, of course, sometimes I also hopes that Mayfax will create a better ones than the s.h.figuarts, because it's proven in the Iron Spider case whereby the Mayfax is looking so much better than the s.h.figuarts ones. So yeah, so we'll see. So yep, that's my comparison, and hope you like this comparison video, and yep, give me a thumbs up if you like it, and if you have further questions about either one of them, just leave me a comment, and I hope you will subscribe to my channel if you're liking this kind of content, and speak to you real soon. Bye.